All right, welcome back. We got a new guest on the podcast for today. We have Chris Beastboy Barnett. If you guys were watching UFC 268, you guys saw him with the spinning heel kick or spinning heel hook, right? That's what it was?
Yeah, nice. The spinning heel kick, spinning hook kick, either one. Either one's fine.
In what kind of, maybe not to you, but maybe the average fan looking in was maybe shocking to see and say the least. And then he followed it up with a badass front flip landing on his bottom. And I mean, just had the entire Madison Square Garden rocking from the entire time he walked into the octagon to the time that he was praising John Vellante. Chris, how are you doing?
Man, I can't complain. I'm here, just taking it day by day, just living life like it's golden, man.
So, I mean, let's kind of get it right to it. Do you have any future opponents that you guys or that you got your team is kind of looking at now?
Yeah, we've actually been in talk with Carlos Felipe. He just fought Andre Arlovski maybe a month ago now. But he respectfully, hit me up, called me out, told me good fight, this and that. I like the way he did it, so I was more than me. I'll fight anybody. Clearly from my, my first fight, I fought Ben Rothwell 8 days notice. So, you you throw him at me, I'll take him. But the fact that he came at me and, asked respectfully and was real cool with it, and we sat back. It took us about 30 minutes. We watched about 3 of the fights and we were like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like it matched up perfect. And then his style actually helps my style, like even, that much more. It makes me stand out more because he throws the jumping knees, crazy boxing, that he's got. But yeah, that's somebody we're looking at, I think late February, early March.
Gotcha. So quick question about UFC 268. So what was obviously you're going against John, who is a New Yorker. Was it part of the plan to kind of have everyone love you right as you were walking in? I mean, you were dancing, you were coming in, you almost knocked out the security guard, throwing one of the fists in the air. Was that something that you thought about, like kind of saying like, let's make this a fun fight and kind of let's get the crowd into it from an early fight? Because I believe you're a third fight on the card.
Yeah. Initially, like I remember like one of the first interviews I did, it was like fighting a friend, you know what I mean? Like going to training. Basically, to me, it was a glorified training session in front of, a whole bunch of people basically at MSG, which made it that much better for me because I know, a lot of these guys, or not even I'm gonna say a lot of these guys, me in general too, a lot of it doesn't transfer from training to the ring. Like you'll see a dude that looks crazy in
Oh, Chris, I think you muted yourself on accident there.
now they want to call what I'm doing. But now, it the way he is about him. Honestly, I got to train with Stipe about 3 different times for the DC camp. It was honestly like fighting a bigger Stipe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause when me and Stipe go, they yell at us because we're too busy, we're laughing and stuff. Well, we're sparring hard, don't get us wrong, but we're, oh, that was a good shot, man. And literally me and Gian did that during the fight. Like there was at one point the crowd started yelling out, what's that little let's go Brandon, that right? And yeah. John looked at me, he goes, who's Brandon? I said, I don't know, man. I thought it was somebody you might know. Is your middle name? Having a in this actual match, you know what I mean? So that made it that much, I don't want to say better, but for me, it's more or less of, well, I gotta hurt you. Now it's just I just gotta outshow you. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where the random tornado kick came from. Like the crowd got in with the random, I don't know if there was some boos. I was like, y'all ain't booing me, not tonight, so I threw the random tornado. But yeah, man, like it was cool because there was no animosity. You don't have that extra hate, how some of the guys, I'm gonna rip your throat out, type thing. It wasn't any of that. It was just, hey man, we're about to go out here, entertain these fans, do what we're getting paid to do, go home and and then keep it moving, So it was real cool actually being able to quote unquote fight a friend, kind of type thing. I've never met him before in my life, but how close him and Stipe are, you get why him and Stipe are real good friends.
Yeah. So you said you were going to keep him around now, and he's going to be a friend for life. Has he started training with you at all yet?
No, that man, he just had a new baby. They got the new baby, so he's really more focused on that. And he's actually going back to school to get his. I forgot what degree it is, but he wants to be a physical education teacher. That's actually what my mom is too. You know what I mean? So like the circles, man, and the universe is end up intertwining somehow. But yeah, no, he I say February-ish, I'm gonna shoot up to Ohio to get in with Strong Style, you know what I mean, just to start, they've got really good boxing. And the guy I'm fighting, not even February, that's January, sorry, I forgot, we're almost in December. January, I'll probably head up to Strong Style and just, get a lot of boxing work with those guys, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to come out, not just to see me, but to see Stipe, like, you know what I mean? So yeah. That's really my hook line right there. But like, hey man, come on out, Stipe's out here, just in case he doesn't want to see me. But yeah, we'll definitely be cool. I've hit him up on Messenger and whatnot every once in a while, just hitting him up, talking, baby, this and that or whatever. But yeah, nah, man, like we'll be linked for life. I meant that because even before the fight, you would have never known we were fighting. Like in the hotel, we were literally like going to get snacks together and stuff like that. It was crazy, man.
So your first fight, yeah, go ahead.
One thing that was interesting was the post-fight interview, I believe, or press conference where you said that your mom yelled at you for knocking him out. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, no, she wasn't mad that I knocked him out. She was mad that everybody was calling it a wheel kick. And I was like, Mom, I can't control it. Like, I told them hook kick, but they weren't having it, you know what I mean? Which technically in capoeira, that is a wheel kick, you know what I mean? So it's like the kick is used in so many different art forms. Everybody's just got their own name for it, So I threw the Taekwondo tag on it with hook kick, But yeah, no, she was hot. She was hot about that. Yep. She was like, it's a hook kick. If you ain't telling me it was a hook kick, I'm gonna tell him. I was like, please don't tell him, Mama. Please. That's the last thing I need right now is you calling these folks. Please.
I love that.
So then, first fight going into the UFC, short notice, Ben Rothwell. Obviously, you're gonna take it because this is your shot at the UFC. But what were you like thinking? Like, couldn't you have given me someone maybe a little bit easier to kind of ease my way in, or?
You know what? I took it as a audition like this. And to be honest with you, I was like, dude, I don't think we hit every note on that audition right there, buddy. It was cool because even though like that didn't go the way it was, the praise that came from it, from fighting to Ben Rothwell on 8 days notice, like that's what got me out of my little dark hole, because I was like what 6-0, going into it, so I'm back on that winning streak, though those losses, if you don't look at it as a learning thing, you'll get lost literally, so it made me sit back, reflect on things, and then the love that I was getting from just random people, random fighters, like, yo, that's wild, my boy, Ali hit me up, Alistair was like, hey man, that's a tough one right there. Don't look at it as as a loss like that. That dude, he didn't say it, but I know in the back of his head, he was like, he knocked me out, but I didn't, I wasn't going to ask him, say nothing about that. But yeah, man, Ben Rothwell's no joke, so I looked at it as, all right, this was the super ultimate first test. They threw you in the deep end. You started drowning. They gave you some floaties. Now it's time to show them you can swim on your own. And that's what I hope I did with the 268. I got some good praise from Dana, so I think I should be straight.
Yeah, it seemed like with the fan reaction, a lot of people had positive reviews. And I mean, honestly, your next fight's obviously not going to be against someone like John Jones or something like that. So it could really only get easier from Ben Rothwell right away.
Right. Yeah. But that's like, even though I would love to fight Ben again, with time, like I saw so many things that I fought so many different places and been here and there with the fighting, and to walk out there in that UFC arena, one with no fans, that really threw me all the way off. Cause I'm an energy viber, man. Like I need that. Yeah. Whether it's booze or not, you know what I mean? I need that energy, but, it was weird, you know. I didn't want to piss the boss off, so I didn't do none of my dancing. And my dancing is that's my cheat code before I get in the ring. A lot of guys, they're, you know, they end up either not being sweaty enough or you know, overdoing it in the back, or you get that whole thing, you're sitting there waiting in the back. All right, Barnett, you're on deck. Okay, cool. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Okay, yeah, we got an intermission. You're like, yo, what? Wait a minute. We got an intermission. You just told me I was ready. I just warmed up for 5 minutes. Now I'm tired. You know what I mean? So I use the dancing. Of course, we warm up in the back a little bit, you know what I mean? But I use that dancing to get that heart rate going and that sweat going. Like, I'll sweat if I tie my shoe wrong. So it's not hard for me to get a sweat going, you know. But yeah, that's my little cheat code that I use when I walk out.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy that you're fighting Ben on 8 days' notice. I mean, I just watched the fights a little bit beforehand for this interview, and it was your fighting style definitely changed between the first 2 fights. It just you could tell the cardio was in there too for John compared to Ben.
Yeah, that was the number one thing right there.
But I noticed for you, are you more, I know they were talking on the broadcast more of you being in the wrestling, but do you see yourself more of a kickboxer, all around fighter, or?
I like to call myself a jack of all trades. I'm not a king in nothing, but I love being a jack of all trades. You know what I mean? Like, I feel well-rounded enough. Of course, there's always more you can learn, but I like putting that title on me because it never caps for me. That means, okay, you think you're good in this, you're really not. Go practice with these guys and see how good you actually are. That's what I love about MMA. You think you're real good at this? Okay, now get on the ground. You think you're good at that? Okay, now stand up, you know, type thing. But I definitely give my heart to Taekwondo. That was like my first martial art I ever learned. But I haven't really even gotten a chance to show my wrestling in, you know, the UFC at all. You know, I got a chance to show everybody I know how to get choked, baby. Hoo-wee. But like I've got some wrestling, I promise, you know, even with the Yoel grappling match. We've rode before, and you know, different outcomes. He called me that day, whatever, you know, it was what it was. But I've got the wrestling in there too, and I can't wait. Like, people are gonna sleep on it because I haven't used it in. Shoot, I think like the last big takedown I had was like Kenny Gardner, and that was like fight number 3. You know, like, so I like the stand-up aspect more because that's what the people want to see, to be honest with you, know, especially when it's heavyweights and they're just laying on top of each other. It's like, ew, this is gross, you know. So I'd prefer the stand-up, you know, game with it. So I definitely call myself, as they say in Taekwondo, a Taekwondo player. They don't say fighter, they say Taekwondo player.
So is there anyone, we kind of ask this to every guest, is there someone that's like your dream opponent that you really want to see yourself stand across the octagon and face, whether it's past, maybe he's retired, just like something that like you can only dream of and hopefully one day make a reality if they are active?
Oh man, somebody just asked me this the other day. My big thing was Fedor for the longest time, like, just because his stature and everything, we were similar, you know what I mean, with all that, you know, but his wrestling and Sambo and all that was just, it didn't make any sense, you know. Then I actually got a chance to meet him and fight baby Fedor, which I'm still upset about that fight because I feel like I won like the first 10-minute round that we had, because it was a 10-minute round, then a 5-minute, and then a 5-minute. It was back and forth. The whole second round, I had him down on the ground. Like, just literally the what I told y'all I hate doing, I literally just laid on him and punched him like the whole. And then third round, he caught me with a nasty high head kick, but that was pretty much it, you know, throughout the whole fight. But yeah, no, Fedor definitely was one on that list. Like a lot of the guys that I would have answered this question to like 10 years ago, I've had the ability to train with, you know, so like the Joneses and the DCs and stuff like that, I've gotten a chance to train with them. Not where I'm at now, but you know, I've been in there with it. So I definitely like to fight like a Silva, you know what I mean? Like, that would be cool just because that was a GOAT for me. Like, just to get in there and get kicked in the face, I'm like, yes, this is the greatest thing ever, you know. But again, like those type of guys, like I know it's out of weight class or whatever, but like the style benders, because that makes me more creative. Looking at him, ain't no telling what he's going to throw. Whatever he's going to throw, I'm going to want to match or do better, you know? So fighting guys like that are going to make me make me open up. Those are definitely always been my my go-to all-time blank one fights. And a fight with Fedor would definitely make you you gotta be in there, for that. So I guess I definitely say Fedor would be one of those just all-time greats. And then, not to sound whatever, but I'd like to fight myself when I was 5-0 in comparison to now, just to, just to see, like the drive, the heart, where, the difference, the messed up knee in comparison to the good knee, type thing. But yeah, no, I think that'd be cool. Have like a little age mirror match or whatever.
Awesome. And then, shoot, where was I about to go with this? So you came from the Taekwondo background. And you mentioned style bender. So I think it was DC that brought it up in the telecast that said, like, you expect this type of thing out of an Israel Adesanya. You don't expect it out of Chris Barnett. Now, the only reason I bring up DC and him saying that is, I think you said to DC that this was like DC versus Stipe if you bought it on a Wish.
Yeah.
That was the funniest comparison for a fight that I've ever heard. Have you always been like this funny, like energetic guy that even has DC laughing on the broadcast?
Yeah, man. Like, I try to look at it from all perspectives. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny. These fighters are so tough. They're the number one guys I love to make crack. Like, when I first met Alistair, you would think like he's gonna eat you. Like, you would literally just think that. But I got him to chuckle about 3 times, and Mr. Barnett, I like that you can take the damage and you keep coming back and you make me laugh. And I was like, boom, I'm in there. I am in there, But yeah, it's always been a thing to break that awkwardness too. We just got done punching each other in the face. The male ego is a real thing. They like, look, man, I'm gonna wait till he gets to the car. I'm gonna hit him while he ain't looking, type thing. No, let's break that real quick. Let me say something goofy, and then boom, all that. They might still be thinking about it, back of the mind, but at that time, ain't nobody thinking about it, But yeah, I try to bring the positive vibes to the situation.
All right, that's all I got. I mean, do you guys have anything else that you guys want to ask?
One question that I do have is, a guy in the UFC heavyweight division now, you have beaten him in the past. Would you like to have a rematch with Walt Harris about 10 years later?
I would love that, because I feel like it gives him a fair shot. Because when I fought him, dude, I missed weight. I forgot, like something like there was 2 times where they called the fight off. They were like, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So to actually give him, fair shot, go in there. And then again, Walt is one of those guys that he's going to bring out the best in me. He did that back then when he was like, what? I think he was like 2-0 or something, but he had that boxing background, like 18 knockouts and 18 fights, But yeah, like I would absolutely love that. Then on top of that, he's up there in the ranks. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a win-win for me, regardless. But yeah, no, I'd love to do that. I've actually hit him up to go train with him too. That'd be another good fight for me, because that's my buddy. We're on Xbox together. You know what I mean? I'll see him. He'll log on every once in a while. You know what I mean? But that'd be a good fight. I know for a fact he's gonna come to fight. But it's also, you don't have that. All right, is this dude gonna run up on me, push me at weigh-ins? You don't have to worry about all the antics and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I know what I'm getting out of this guy, a true fighter.
Yeah, the only thing I gotta say is, Chris, you got 3 new fans, definitely. After that last fight, I'm sure you got more, man. When your video blew up, you went viral, dude. So we appreciate you joining us, and honestly, we look forward to your next fight, bro.
Word, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. And get me on here before the next one, and then after the next one.
We can definitely do that. We'll have no issue with that. I got your email, so we'll be sure to stay in contact.
Awesome, man. And I'll hit y'all up in the emails, whatnot, too, when we actually get more dates and whatnot. You know what I mean, with the upcoming fights.
Perfect. And do you know where that fight's going to be by chance?
Man, I have no idea. They got so many different pop-ups. So I just, honestly, I watch it be in Vegas, but I just hope it's not at the Apex, because there's no people. Right. I need people, so.
Hey, if we're at the fight, we'll wait till after the fight, and then we'll get you some dinner, though.
Word. Hey, I'm
because we're not gonna try to feast in front of you before the fight.
Well, I'm heavyweight, so I don't have to cut. Like, so we're good. Yeah, we're good.
All right. I mean, if you're okay with it, we're okay with it.
Definitely. Look at
All
the
right,
shirt, thick boy. Yeah, we
There
good.
you
We
go.
Chris, do you have anything you want to say to some of the fans, or the floor is all
man,
yours?
I appreciate them. Like that comes from the bottom of my heart, man. Like honestly, I'm literally nothing without them. Like what am I without, those clicks and likes and the watches, and man, like I understand that y'all are spending your hard-earned money to be entertained. So hey, you want to be entertained, holler at this guy right here. Like that's my thing. I vibe, I feed off of the love that y'all give, and trust me, it is felt, and that's my job to give it back to y'all. So again, I appreciate it, and I love y'all just as much as you love me. I'm telling you right now, like that's why I smile. Y'all keep me smiling, so thank you.
All right. Well, that was our interview with Chris Barnett. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll let him go now.